Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Ed Lover Show with Moni Love. Joining us in the studio is an American civil rights activist, social critic, writer, entrepreneur, and a comedy legend, Mr. Dick Gregory. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. I was looking at who you was talking about. I'm fantastic.
Of course I'm talking about you. How are you?
If you get any better, I call the police. It'd be a crime.
You know what? I was thinking to myself when they told me that you were coming in, like, what is one of the first questions I wanted to ask you? And from the time I was a kid, and my parents always had comedy albums in the house and always talked about comedians, you were one of the comedians that I looked up to that really made me want to even get into comedy in the first place.
To Jesus on Thursday and killed him on Friday.
My thing was, being a successful comedian from the 1950s that you were and still are a very successful comedian today, what made you decide to become a social activist? Because you didn't have to.
I've always been. I mean, I didn't know nothing about show. I was born and raised in St. Louis.
Right.
You didn't see no comics. On TV, it was white comics, and I just wasn't into that rhythm. I thought they was corny, you know. So I never did see that. And it was very interesting. I was the life of the party. That's all that was. You know, I was the clown.
Right.
So if you was the clown, you didn't have to learn nothing. And my report card showed it. They said at the bottom, Richard is a good boy. You know, but no, I just was. People used to pick on me. And then one day, when you get honest with yourself, I said, man, that stuff they saying about me is funny.
Right.
Huh? Then I started using it on them before they could use it on me.
Okay.
See, that's what comedy is.
Yeah.
If it's funny, anybody here, the difference is it's a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
A rhythm, no more. And little by little, and the juvenile gangs, they see me coming, they cross on the other side of the street. And then I didn't know anything about comedy. And right now, the best laugh you ever had didn't come from no comic, it came from friends or relatives.
Right.
Comedy is a timing. And I didn't know nothing about show business, I didn't know nothing about sports. I just couldn't believe that folks that own the sports team is a $1 trillion industry, and you got poor blacks and poor whites that play it. Rich white folks won't let you children play sports.
That's right.
And so what's that about? You know. And then it affects you so bad. If your car was rattling, you'd get it fixed. Football, your child get hit in the head, and you know something wrong because their hat size keep changing every week. You know, something in there is growing.
Right.
So that's the game. We hear about these major contracts. That's for poor folks. What's $100 million? Do you know any athlete or entertainer that ever opened up a major company?
No.
It's not. So that's the business side of it. So when I go to the football game and see it, I see slavery all over again. The Negro in the field with something look like a football, but it's cotton. White boy sitting on the bench with the clipboard trying to act intelligent. And that's what this is about. So we know now that for your son to go play football, you can't stop nothing because you poor and you trying to get something through them. But if your car was rattling, we would stop it. It's how they can take you and reduce you down to an insignificant nothing.
Right.
And so that's what we look at. And it's racist. And I didn't know till I started doing research that the Negro League, they made more money than the white boys. Why? Because they played 12 months out the year. They had more injuries because when you stop for 9 months, you go out, drink, party, and do all that, then you got to start it up again. Right. That didn't happen. And I was really shocked to find out that the Negro League made more money than the white boys did. Because most of the time, the same teams owned both of them. It's a race thing.
Right.
So they would go south, they'd go west, and something very interesting. When they busted the golf player. What's his name?
Tiger Woods.
When they busted him, and he got out the game for a while, okay? 50% was the loss, because I didn't realize 50% of the white folks was coming to see him lose.
Yeah.
50% come see him win. So after he wasn't there, I didn't have to buy a ticket. So when we mix all that in and put racism, white supremacy, I mean, are we really stupid enough to believe the Ku Klux Klan determined public policies? Most of them can't read or write. Huh?